Greetings and salutations, FAMU Lee. Look, Garth Brooks has a song titled "I Have Friends in Low Places," but I got friends in high places. So look, I'm getting it right tomorrow. My Fred got caught up by some travels, but that doesn't mean that the good Lord still isn't in the blessing business. So um, Corey gonna get me right tomorrow. So it ain't. It's just because I don't trust myself in the back. That's why on the front I got the back. We'll let Corey take care of that. But I got a champion on the show, man. Sometimes it's always good to be around good people, but it's always great to be around great people. And the best coach in the SWAC, I mean, it's not my personal opinion. The data actually says that. We just gonna go by data, right? Data driven areas. Best coach in the SWAC. Some great things coming. We got Coach Garfield Ellenwood III. But you got to put that three on there to make sure y'all put a little respect on his name here on the show tonight. We'll talk about, FAMU Track, what's going on, and what's to come. And we're going to have a little bit of fun, man. You already know what's up, what's about to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings, salutations. You rocking with the best, not just because you're here with me, but because I got a SWAC champion with me today. Multi-time champion. I'm telling you, coach started multiple areas, but he's here, and I'm excited to have him on the show. Shout out to Dennis Driscoll, famous SID. Shout out to Coach. And this has been a long time coming. Coach even hit me up like, man, I ain't been on the show yet. I was like, I know, Coach. I'm trying to wait for the right time because I want to make sure. I don't want you thinking I'm just Johnny come lately. I've been rocking. And so, I've been rolling with him. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, I've introduced him long enough. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on? I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Look, SWAC champion. I mean, if we had a little more, he'd be a national champion. Truly dedicated, man. Coach, how's everything going for you?
All is well. All is well. Season's going, outdoors going in the right direction, and hey, that's all you could ask for.
Absolutely. And one of the things I love that coach is kind of, you brought up the outdoor. We're in outdoor season right now. I tried to purposely catch them on a week where the schedule said they had a Saturday off. So I was trying not to catch this whole weekend. He's like, yeah, they got something coming tomorrow. I'm like, googly moogly. Okay. So I tried to catch him a little bit of downtime. But, you talked about the outdoor, but indoor, you kind of walked away with a little hardware, not a little bit, a lot of hardware. And they saw some improvements as well. Could you just kind of give us a quick recap of what it took to, get that indoor SWAC championship, even though, we don't have an indoor track facility at FAMU, but you still coming home with some trophies.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard fought battle. I mean, Alabama State took us to the wire. We faltered in a couple places, which opened the door for them. And then at the same time, they faltered in a couple places, would put us back in a position to win. So, it's a blessing. Our freshman, like I said, she fall started in the 60. She was pretty down about it. She ended up coming back, not running as well as she wanted to in the 200 again. But ultimately, team rallied. Tara did what she needed to do, score some points in the 5,000 we weren't expecting. Rose Maturi, who came in January, she did what she needed to do in the 5,000. So I have to say the sprinters did their thing, but the middle distance is what actually took us over the top.
And I love that you mentioned the middle distance. And of course, we have the legendary distance, the meme with Kirk and all. And for those who don't know, look, Coach does it all. I mean, he's our track coach, but he also he's the guy. I don't want to say you over cross country, but I know you kind of have a coach who helps you out a lot with that, and you have an amazing coaching staff. I know one or two personally, Coach Detweiler, that's my guy. But could you speak to just how having that successful cross country, and we all know what Tallahassee's really bought into cross country. How that helps you during track season, during the non-cross country season or regular track season for us lazy people who don't want to be a little more informed.
Oh yeah, well, first I gotta say, I'm the director, but Coach Kenshin has been named the head cross country coach. That's her thing. I tell anybody, I'm the cheerleader. I'm the person that try and crack the whip when things aren't going the right way, try and motivate where I need to motivate. But I'm on the outside looking in, like you guys, being a fan, just like you guys. Cross country, that was our first championship in 23, and that basically set us on the direction, on the path that we're on now. But having cross, you have to have a complete team, or it can't just be one area. You can't win with on one area. So we, concentrate in the sprints, the hurdles, the relays, the middle distance, and the field events, and it's working for us right now. So we're blessed to continue to get it done that way with the staff that we have. Coach Thomas and I work together at Mississippi State, so it was a perfect fit. He brings the same type of energy, but with an old school flavor. He's a man of few words, but when he does talk, people listen.
And I love that, and I definitely noticed and I was trying to keep an eye on it last week. I know y'all went down to Gainesville for me down from Tallahassee and went to the Florida Relays, and another place where y'all came away with some hardware. I'm noticing if you haven't been following FAMU Track, shame on you. You definitely you need to get on. I ain't even gonna tell you get on the bandwagon, because at this point the train left the station. You just coming back around, but we went there and we saw where at the Florida Relays, Pepsi's a sponsor for FAMU, so the Pepsi Florida Relays, that it had some good showings and had quite a few PRs, and I saw where Janira Kenshin, she kind of pulled up there, and women's 4x100 did something. Could you just kind of speak to just how that atmosphere was and how just that event was? Because you ain't ducking smoke, Coach.
Yeah, for Florida Relays is an electric meet, and you're right. It's quality, high caliber programs, and if we want to compete on the national level, we have to see that talent and go up against that talent and show that we can hold our own. And I think we did a good job. Janari broke the school record in the 100 meters, set a personal best. Kirsten Clark set a personal best. Tiana Adams set a personal best. Tara Burt set a personal best. Our 4x1 broke the school record in the 4x1. I'm not mistaken. I think Tara broke the school record in the 800. I think I have to check that, but I'm pretty sure she did. All in all, it shows that I always say to them, at the end of the day, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. Just get out there, do what you've been doing in practice, trust in your training, and you'll be successful. And so far, again, it worked out for us. We're not Joseph DeRosier. He set a personal best. He missed the school record by a thousandth of a second, because it's 13:49. He ran 13:50. So we're right there, and it just shows again that we're going in the right direction, and we just have to keep it going, because it's just one meet that we got to stack days, and if we keep stacking days, come June, we'll be where we need to be.
Okay, and and I'm gonna put a shameless plug out here. I'm gonna wait till Coach gets off the screen before I do the race to 10K. I don't want nobody saying, I don't want no kerfuffles or nothing. Nobody saying nothing, because y'all know that's my personal thing. Want everyone to give to the track team. But I will say, FAMU Day Give It is coming. I would greatly appreciate it. I know I'm gonna throw at least a little 5 something, but probably a little 20 something. Throw it in the direction of the track team. I know you're gonna want to support your different programs. Normally, I choose the history department, but I know we're doing some shakeups and some changes. So I'm going to give to the track program next week. Y'all just happen to know when a brother gets his blessings from the school district. So I am personally going to throw at least a little 20 bone towards the track team. So just going to ask, during Rattler Days of Giving, you give to who you love, but I particularly am going to ask that if you can give to the track team, definitely do that. We definitely I also want the race to 10K. If you can give that as well, I'll put that up there after coach is off because I don't want y'all saying, confusing nothing. I don't want y'all saying no NIL stuff, nothing going on, and keep up the no fugazi stuff. No, no, no. But Rattler Day of Giving is coming, and I definitely would. I know coach is going to be a good steward of your stuff, as all of our coaches are. But you can see the proof's in the pudding, as old folks say. And when you start talking about, hey, I want to see what you're doing with what I'm giving you. This is a man and a program that is giving you championships, that's giving you pride, and they're giving you that ability to, poke chest out when you walk by a Wildcat and say, your team ain't as fast as mine.
I hear that.
So we just
We're
saw.
true.
Oh, what you say, Coach?
No, I was just gonna say we'll be blessed and appreciative to anything that's given because it does go a long way. As I said before, it goes towards our dry needling, our massage, things to keep the athletes healthy and prepared.
Absolutely. We're gonna get to something. Y'all it's coming soon to help keep the student athletes healthy. But Jakyla Morton, could you speak to I saw that up there. I'm like, oh, what is this? Karifta. What is this really the importance of this event? And I saw it on the FAMU website, like, oh, okay, this ain't just some recruiting, this some decent little news, and this is what coach then, imparted upon somebody, and they giving back and paying some dividends.
Yeah, she had an opportunity to represent her country, and anytime an athlete can represent their country, I want to support that. It was just a big competition as Florida Relays. It wasn't the conference championship. It wasn't the NCAA first round of championship. So I said, hey, by all means, go do your best, make us proud. And that's what she did. It's crazy because I was just riding her behind good the last couple of weeks about getting things together because I know what she's capable of. And I told her, I said, don't come back here without no medal. You can't come back. And that's just what she did.
Coach giving that positive motivation, and look, he's getting one of my former babies pretty soon. I ain't gonna say no names because she committed, but I'm looking forward to seeing when she get up there. So I'm gonna be over there looking like I remember when she was in middle school. But SWAC Outdoor is coming next week. That's why I looked at the schedule. I said, oh, it's coming. Could you speak to us, for your
No, we're
goals?
not to May 10th, May 10th, 11th.
There we go. Next month. I don't know why I said next week. I was a
Yeah,
little.
next. Mhm.
But could you speak to just kind of your goals for the SWAC Outdoor? What are your team goals? What are your personal goals? And kind of really what y'all trying to do with that?
Same as in it. We want to win. We want to win, coming away with as many personal bests and NCAA qualifiers as possible. So far, we've had a number qualify right already, but we plan on trying to get more. And if everyone does what they're supposed to do and qualify for the NCAA regionals, then we should be in a pretty good spot by the end of that 4x4 and the meet is over with.
That's what's up, Coach. And with that, we saw last year. We saw some of our players do real well, and they ended up going to the NCAAs and just they drew attention from other suitors. How is this of events or activities where our student athletes excel? I mean, they've taken your tutelage, they've paid attention, they've applied that tutelage with the skill sets that the Lord has given them to be able to excel to a new level. How is that a good thing for you as a coach, just going forward?
For me, it just confirms that we're doing, giving them what they need to be successful, both on the track, off the track. It's not just about running for me. If I can help guide them in the best way I know, give them a little bit. I always say if I keep them from making one mistake that I made, then I done did my job. So I think that their performances, our relationships, is it's spawning other athletes to pay attention to us. They're asking, of course, with social media war and seeing what we're doing. They're reaching out to other athletes and asking how they like it here, how they like being coached, and things of that nature. And it's starting to open the doors. I mean, I'm having people contact me. I almost asked them, "What made you hit me up?" But I understand that they're actually doing their homework, which is good because a lot of these athletes just look for the name on the chest. And I'm more concerned about what's inside the chest. That's your heart. If you got heart, then you'll make the name on your chest. So it's starting to really get rolling. I wouldn't say we a snowball yet, but it's coming.
Okay. And on the other side of that, kind of, what's kind of the bad of that? Without getting into any type of details, but you bringing a good light to FAMU. You're showing to be a producer of good product, and you're bearing good fruit, right? Good book says you judge a tree by the fruit it bears, right? How is it kind of rough on you as a coach and whatnot when you're producing good talent? Your talent, they're winning in the SWAC, and then they go into the NCAAs and they're competitive. How does that kind of make your job harder?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. People are going to try. They're going to, try and contact them. I wouldn't say steal because you can't steal. Nobody can't put them, roll them up, put them in your pocket. So, but they're going to reach out. They're going to contact them, and all I lean on is a relationship we have. And if you're happy with what I'm giving you, then you'll be here. If you decide to chase the money, there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to build another one. I started out coaching, developing, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And I pride myself on that. And I think the athletes that we do have here respect that and know that they know where they were and they know where they are and they know where they're going. So that has to mean something. It stands for something. And those are the athletes I want. If you're chasing money, then it's not a place for you. You get short money now, long money later. That's how I see it.
Okay, okay. And look, coach is giving us a long night today. So we're gonna we're gonna get him to kind of talk about. We got a upcoming reveal coming. I know I got a picture of it. Shout out to Dennis. Also, shout out to the Rattlers in Arms. But if y'all haven't seen, the canopy's up. I believe groundbreaking is taking place tomorrow. I want to say, could you just talk about how
Yeah.
this is going to benefit one the program? Because I'm into education, so I'm gonna have to ask some of them those data questions. But just kind of talk about this and what it does for FAMU athletics and the FAMU track program.
Oh, I mean, first off, it's shade. I mean, they cover from one side of the track to the other. Covers about 20 meters of the track, so it's plenty of space for the athletes to stretch and just get away from inclement weather, whether the sun or the rain. And that's the main thing. Again, it keeps them from hearing my mouth because everyone wants to pile up in the shed when it's hot. And what for some people that don't know, whatever the temperature is outside, you can add 20 degrees on the actual track.
Mhm.
So to have these, when I say it's just vital, we're so appreciative. I mean, as soon as they saw them, they were ecstatic. Now they go down to the end of the track and can you hear me? I think the
I,
phone went out.
I, Yep, it cut out a second, but I can hear you saying how they go to the end
Okay.
of the track and go into the canopies there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah, they
uh,
go into canopies and they got plenty of room to do what they have to do. It's definitely a blessing. The Rattlers in Arms, they came through. When I say they came through big, shout out to Rick Kinsey because he was on it. Him, um, man, there's so many guys I have to thank. Oh, oh
Dr.
man, I
Pickett
don't
and
know
the
why
whole
I'm
crew
drawing a
there.
blank right now. I think it's like Rick, Dr. Pickett. Yes, Dr. Pickett. He just had surgery and still came out to support us in Tampa. So I appreciate him. There's just so many people poured into this because Rick Kinsey didn't know me from a can of spray paint. And I approached him and asked him for help. And he dove right in and constantly kept pushing and pushing. And the athletes, when I say ecstatic, when they walked out there and saw him, they were ecstatic.
I love that, and I'm gonna go away from my question because we have a question from Lil Baby, and the question is they've got the canopies now. What are some of the other tools you may need, or some of the other things maybe the alumni can do to support you? I know we mentioned, Rattler, the day of giving, encouraging everyone to do that. But are there some other ways that, FAMUans, how fanatical we are, how much we love our university, but how we can support this championship track program?
Any donations as we can get, again, to keep their bodies where they need to be. And then when we're qualifying a number of athletes for the NCAA fit, all those funds will go towards those type of things as we move forward with the remainder of the outdoor season. But equipment wise, we're set with equipment right now. Now, one thing about me, I'm never going to ask for anything I don't need. So right now, equipment wise, we're good. It's just about making sure that petitions were able to make sure that we have the funds to purchase so that they're prepared, especially when we're going to Kentucky, which it could be 80 on Friday and 40 on Saturday, and the same thing in Eugene. So just want to make sure that we have rain gear, things of that nature that we need to get.
Okay. So he said he's good on supplies. Just make a donation if you can. So, and I know Coach's phone is kind of cutting out on us, but he's still here. We're gonna give him about another 5 more minutes, then we'll let him go. But can you share with us, and without giving us the secret to the sauce, right? What kind of measurable data will these canopies give us as far as, are we going to see some, the players running faster or getting healthier? Are those some of the things we can expect to see because of the investment of the Rattlers in Arms?
Well, imagine being running, and now you don't have shade, and now you have an opportunity to rest in some shade before you get ready to do your next rep. Just imagine, if you think about that for a second, you standing, sun beaming down on you, you have nowhere to go. You're trying to hide between the bathroom and the shed, which is all about maybe 15 feet, and you got anywhere from 8 to 10 people at any given time trying to get in that same shade. That's what we were dealing with. Now we're not.
Coach bringing back flashbacks. That's
So
why I was laughing.
it's not measurable, but yeah, it's something that you can't measure until you're actually in it.
No lies detected. Coach brought back, man. I remember high school. We would be running, and you would try to find shade in a tall person. Like, bro, why are you standing behind me? It's like, because you're tall.
Right.
Oh, good. Well, Coach, I'm gonna let you go because it's been a long day. I know you got a long time before you. Coach a family man, like Coach about family. So I try to purposely also not hit him up on Sundays because Coach he's active. And so any parting words before I let you go or anything like that, Coach?
Just as always, we're thankful. We're thankful for the support. We're thankful for all the Rattlers that continue to support us, push us, be there for us. We ran over Florida State the last weekend in March. It was really refreshing to see so many Rattlers in the stands. So we just ask that you keep support. We're gonna do our best to keep you, make you proud.
And I appreciate it, Coach. And look, go get some rest, Coach, because I know you've been busting hump, as the old folks say, working hard. I appreciate it personally. Thank you for always answering my phone when I
If
do
you can
call
hear
and
me,
ask
somebody
questions.
try to call me on my phone. Cut
Oh, yep, I can hear you, Coach.
out.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Coach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. But I just wanted to make sure I said thank you, Coach. Let you
Can you
know
hear me?
I appreciate it.
You got me.
Yes, yes, sir. I got you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, coach. Oh man, so I'm gonna switch up my sound sources here. So I definitely I appreciate it, Coach, coming on. Again, shout out to Dennis, FAMU's SID, Sports Information Director. He helped set that up. But I've known Coach for a little while through St. Clair and everything like that. Man, and I told y'all I was gonna act right, but I ain't say for how long. Look, Coach off the show, so I ain't gotta act right no more. If you can support FAMU's track team. Again, Family Day of Giving is coming. Please select the track team. I'm gonna drop a 20 on them. But also, we are still doing our race to 10K. All of that also goes to the track team. So it goes to the track athletes, goes to it's funneled through the Fang Exchange. So if you didn't see Nia Blocker's officially a Fang Exchange athlete, I had to ask Ashley and to see if this is going towards that at all. But this is all for the track team. So none of this goes to me. If it was coming to me, I would have a new camera. But I did not get a new camera. But I definitely want to make sure I let everyone know we are still doing this. We have Coach on here. And I was, purposely trying to choose a weekend where they may have had a little free time. So, but we have a great track team and some great athletes. Great opportunities too, man. So some good times. I will say, did y'all catch some of these offers and signings post spring game? One of the things I did love about the spring game, FAMU football spring game, after the spring game, we had some offers go out. We had some recruits come on campus. We'll drop those graphics probably by Sunday. Get y'all some more of those out there so y'all know who got offered and who didn't. But also, look, if you didn't catch OG last night, Coach Pressure was on there. I didn't get to see if Coach Gray came on. What was last night? I don't remember. But we had something that kind of overlapped with that ONG time. So I started watching ONG and then something happened. But I'm glad for Coach Pressure. I'm glad she's kind of getting out there, getting an opportunity to kind of see what she can do, what may be a new look SWAC, right? And a lot of new players, but not a lot of transfers. I picked up on that, man. So, okay. I didn't think so. I was trying to watch, and I didn't catch 220 yet. But I'm going to tell y'all, I caught part of it. When I say I didn't catch it, that doesn't mean I didn't see any of it. That means I didn't see enough of it. I'm proud of Marvel. I like the fact that she went out there. And that's one of the things that I've been saying day one, week one, ever since she started. Hey, President Johnson, get out there among us. We're probably cooler than you think. Kudos to her. Saw Kelvin Lawson was there with her. I didn't see everybody there. I'm going to rewatch it, though. Like, I caught part of it. But when I say I caught part of it, yeah. And 10 players out of 13 remain, 3 gone to do the graduation. Yeah. Now, on the other side, Coach Charlie Ward, that roster is going to be interesting. I can definitely see where what I saw isn't completely incongruent with what I think he saw. I think some of our athletes that are transferring out, while good athletes, may not be the best fit for what the kind of basketball he wants to play right now. I think they are, again, I've said it before, they're great athletes. I don't know how good of basketball players they are. Like, and I remember being that. I was that kind of guy. Like, I was never really good at basketball. I was a good athlete. Like, I ain't gonna dribble, but I'll rebound, I'll hustle, and I'll work hard, and I'll get you what you need. But that's gonna be interesting there. And I'm kind of like y'all on some of this other stuff though, like baseball and softball. I'm looking like softball. FAMU softball's got a chance to really run away with the division, right? That's going to be pretty cool. And I purposely put baseball and softball last because we talk football all the time, but we just had a track coach on. Now, baseball, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The SWAC, these folks ain't gonna want to play some of these schools. Like, I put it on the 5th quarter page. I can always be a hater. That don't mean I got to be a liar. Cookman's impressive. Like, rivalry aside, they've beaten a top 25 ranked LSU baseball team, turned around, and before that, actually, excuse me, as one of my students, I say, mind you, beat USF in Tampa at home. Like, I was talking to St. Clair kind of off the air, and we both said, and St. Clair was like, man, this thing might be between FAMU and Cookman, and I believe Texas Southern. And I'm like, yeah, I just need us to finish on top. Like, that's what I really need for us to have happen, man. So, because right now, yo, it's a good deal to be able to enjoy some of that, right? Man, shout out to Coach Ellenwood, man. I really appreciate that. As we kind of get ready to turn the corner, y'all know we used to always have like a little, like, I still do normally finish the show with a thought-provoking thing, but I do want to give a shout out to Coach Gray. Coach Gray, Coach Respers. Y'all know we had Coach Respers on the show back when he worked at FAMU. I don't know if y'all seen the picture where the FAMU coaching staff was over at FSU at their coaching facilities, at their football facility, the indoor practice facility. Can I say this for the people in the back? Deion Sanders is going to keep banging his drum till he gets what he wants. And that directly benefits a school like FAMU, where we saw where Coach Sanders talked about, if you missed it, and Deion Sanders is one of the voices from the introduction, right? So that's not my doing. It's HBCU Digital's doing. And I can't discount what he's given people who weren't familiar with HBCU space, right? That's not why I'm here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know for Keith, I came into this space because I hadn't seen the ONG Strike Zone yet. Like, so that's why our shows, time-wise, are so close as far as when they start, as far as like, oh, the ONG Strike Zone starts this time, Fangs Up starts that time. Like, our timelines are similar for a reason, and we work together for a reason. Fang Exchange, Penalty Talk, all those, right? But Deion Sanders presented the idea of Colorado and Colorado State having a home-and-home football scrimmage, selling tickets, and of course, you know, it's got to have that money-making aspect to it, where it benefits the program and it makes things nice, right? So I like that, right? I will say this though, adding to that, when you are looking at this going forward, right? What a great opportunity it is when you have schools like FAMU, schools like Southern, FIU, Miami, UCLA, USC, you know, those schools where you essentially are sharing a city, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, where you can have opportunities to scrimmage against the schools that are in your city, especially if y'all don't play each other. I think that offers a unique advantage to those schools and a unique opportunity, because in the era of the transfer portal, it is what it is. I mean, we've seen where your president is pretty much written it, and our president has done an executive order relating to the transfer portal. I don't hate that idea as far as reining it in a little bit, right? I don't necessarily love everything he does, but hey, that's just me. That's my cup of tea. I purposely have tried to stay apolitical of things nowadays, most times, right? But I think there's something to be said where if you can get into a system where the players have to commit to a school for a certain amount of time and vice versa, like I don't think we should only have it set so that student athletes are committed to a program and the programs give them no commitment back, right? Like I do personally feel like student athletes, if you go to a particular institution and it's not your vibe and it's not working or something happens, that you should get to transfer out of there. Now, I am opposed to players being to endlessly transfer because kind of like Coach Ellenwood said earlier, if you just here for the money, this ain't the place for you. And at a certain place, there needs to be that aspect of just like at a job where man, every job ain't gonna be for you. And just because you don't like that job doesn't mean you should quit. It might mean that you might need to work that job, get your money up. And so that once you get your money up and you get a skill or two, you shop your stuff around, then you go. Right. But I think this presents a wonderful opportunity for schools like FAMU to really, and FSU, honestly, to sharpen the tools that you have, not just coaching, but player wise. Imagine your first team versus their first team, and it might not be as competitive as you might like it in some situations. You might have to put your ones versus their twos. They may have to do their good on good, and then your ones against their twos. And on down the line. But imagine if across sports, these student athletes are getting to practice against each other because they train with each other. Let's not play funny games and like act like, oh, because they went to FAMU and these kids go to FSU, that the kids don't talk and they don't know each other. Like in the off season, I dare you to go to a gym, especially in some of these major cities, or have a trainer. Like I don't know how many of y'all remember we had Coach Sapp on. Coach Sapp was a coach at Dr. Phillips. He's now just focused on doing his offensive line camp. Go watch Coach Sapp's offensive line training. You have professional athletes, high school athletes, college athletes, all practicing together. And it doesn't matter what school they came from. On Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, they out there getting that work in. Regardless of what school they're at, they're competing and they're getting better. I'm thinking that's something that you can continue to see. And if cultivated the right way, right, that could be something that could benefit our schools so that, hey, FAMU track might have a scrimmage per se against FSU track. Now, you might not run all guns out. You might, hey, get better today, but get better against better competition or different competition. Because sometimes it's just running against somebody different that gets you hype. It's playing against somebody different and not hitting the same person that you like, hey, this day, scrimmage against Florida State. Okay, cool. This is what we expect. Don't be out there cutting the fool. If you're cutting fool, that's your behind, Mr. Postman. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think that's something that's out there. And I think Deion presented a great idea. And that's something I would love to see, man. And I'm with you. The basketball transfers, I think the most ridiculous of school every year. Yeah, like when it comes to the transfer portal, basketball-wise, I can't tell you who's on what team. I mean, honestly, if you don't play for FAMU, I don't know you. And that's not me being a homer. That's just the fact that I can't keep up. Like, I'm a Miami Heat fan. I'll be honest with y'all. Like, outside of my, like, 3 to 5 guys, we got Jaime, Bam, Winslow, Hero. Got that new dude. Like, I get like that. Like, if you ain't been there 2-3 years, I kind of don't get to know you. And the terrible part about that as a fan, when it comes to college basketball, y'all don't get good until February. Like some of these teams really don't get good till February, and then the season's almost over. Like think about when we were coming up, and I think that some older generation struggle with modern college basketball, right? Where we grew up in Grant Hill, Christian Laettner, Duke, Bobby Hurley, Duke, like the Fab Five at Michigan, and you got to watch them kind of hit that thing, and then it told a story. Whereas now it's kind of like you're just a fan of the franchise instead of being a fan of the players. And so one of the problems with being a fan of the franchise versus a fan of the players is I like the franchise. I mean, it's FAMU. It's FAMU versus everybody for me. But if I don't know who's playing for FAMU, it makes it hard for me to be like, oh, number 15? Yeah, that's my boy. Who number 15? Couldn't tell you. Number 45. Who 45? Oh, man, Nayron right there. Yeah, Nayron just finished that. I can tell you his story. And now that he's come on as a coach, I can tell you even more. There she go again. I'm going to bother her. But I think that's going to be some of the trick that college football has to figure out. I think in the business of college, not even football, really, because college sports, the business of college sports, you have to figure out how to make fans of the story, not fans of the franchise. Because as long as you're a fan of the franchise, that's really kind of dependent on me having a strong tie to that program. Like there's some place where I can tell you the story of what this program meant to me. Like I can tell you the stories of going to school Monday morning at the FAMU and FSU won a football game. I can tell you the stories of being at Gilchrist Elementary and arguing about Charlie Ward. Did y'all see what Charlie Ward did? Did you? Oh man, they got that dude Ward Dunn coming in. Oh man, the players coming to school too. Like I can tell you about that. I can tell you about then. Oh man, and then I was watching TV, but we was at the FAMU game, and yeah, man, like I can tell you about going to lunch at Lincoln High School and us talking about, hey, the Florida Classic coming. Your parents going, y'all going, we're going to Orlando. When y'all leaving? And then everybody trying to figure out who going, who not going. Like we talking about Quinn Gray and those guys. Like, so all of a sudden, as the 40-year-old me, I'm a fan of the franchise, but I'm a fan of the franchise because in my adolescence and in my younger days, there were stories I could tell you that kept me there and that keep me here. I'm a fan of the University of Kentucky because I watched Hal Mumme. I watched what he did at Valdosta State. And they're like, oh, he's going to Kentucky. I'm like, all right, yeah, he's cool. He's local, all right. And then I watched him up there. I was like, yo, I went to high school. I was like, I kind of like that style. If I play football, I kind of want to go there, fam. Like, so you've got to, as a program and as a system, the NCAA is going to have to do something to probably limit the transfer portal as far as the number of times the players can transfer across the board so that you can preserve the stories of the sport. You may have to say, hey, first 2 years, slug it out. Freshman, sophomore year, you do this, you get that, and then after your sophomore year, you can transfer, no harm, no foul. And make it so that, hey, you get 2 years of your original school and have something where it's reciprocated. Like, hey, this kid gets the amount of time. Like something to where both the student and the university get something, and then get it to the point to where, if you're gonna have this free-for-all system, coaches like Coach Ellenwood should get something for developing top talent. If I find this kid that is from whatever city, Frostproof, Florida, and he's the fastest thing since, the Flash, and he comes to this school at FAMU and tears it up at FAMU for 2 years, then all of a sudden he want to go USF. I'm just throwing him out there. And there should be a finder's fee. Hey, you gonna give me NIL money? No harm, no foul. That kid can go, but FAMU Track should get a cut. Same thing with FAMU football. Because if a coach produces an athlete and you're gonna get an NIL deal to go up, there should be a cut. And similar, because when that student athlete leaves that Auburn or that Georgia and comes down to a FAMU, they don't carry that NIL with them. And I'm not so sure there's a finder's fee in that case, because at this point, I'm taking it off your hands. You ain't want them no more, right? Like, just putting that out there. So, but yeah, and that's where I'm at with it. I don't know the team's personality and if they'll be a contender again year after year. I can't tell you. Like, I had someone hit me up earlier talking about how, rewatching the FAMU games from when FAMU played Troy and Youngstown State, and those playoff games, man, we already knew. Oh, next year FAMU making the playoffs. How far are we going? This year I can't. I mean, I can tell you FAMU Track is going to do some, but I knew. Why? You brought back some of your best runners last year, and that made a difference. And you have that story to go with it. FAMU football, I know the coach we got. I know what he's brought in. I know what he's missing. But I think he can do a little more with what he's got. So it's going to be interesting to see, though, man. So, hey, y'all. It's approaching 9 o'clock. Let y'all get on up out of there. I believe Troy, them boys are doing their thing, man. I'm a little too sleepy to head over there. But if you can, catch FAMU Sports. If you have not already done so, look, let's give you the rundown. Monday night, y'all know you can catch, you can catch. Tuesday, it's everything on Tuesday. FAMU Sports. You got the ladies, Tashay and Ashley, with the Fang Exchange. They doing their thing. You also have Penalty Talk. They're doing their thing. I believe, was it Run and Gun? Then they come back. They double down. Then Wednesday, you got 220. Then ONG Strike Zone. Thursday, come here. This is where we supposed to be. This is where we at. Then Sunday, come back right here and catch us again. But also catch Brian on, because I'll be watching BCSN too, man. So don't forget Dr. Cavill and everybody else, man. HBCU Nightly. Keep it in the family if you can. And shout out Liv. Liv for hoops. Look, Liv trying to get up, man. Liv ain't playing no games in outfits. Like I don't even be on social media like that no more. But Liv ain't playing no games. But she's also got a really cool tracker. She's really smart. And she just got recognized. Her, Ty Floyd, a couple, my girl from ESPN, Tiffany Green. Like, you saw some FAMU graduates getting some recognition and, some big things that are coming, man. So we will catch y'all Sunday. Talk a little bit FAMU baseball. Look at some of these recruits, too. We're going to get those graphics going. It's going to be me and the kiddos Saturday night. So, we might go to the movies. So we'll see. But come back here. We'll see y'all on Sunday. Thank you to Coach Ellenwood. Again, FAMU Day of Giving is coming. Can you slide the track team of 20? That's all I'm going to ask. All right, y'all. For everybody, man, HBCU Digital Network, the wife, the kids, you already know what's up, what it's going to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?